Here is a 1,000-word detailed story of the Aquaman 2018 movie, covering the full plot, background, and key characters. Aquaman 2018, full movie story, approx 1,000 words. Aquaman is a superhero movie set in the DC Extended Universe, DCEU. It blends action, science fiction, mythology, and fantasy to tell the story of Arthur Curry, a half-human, half-Atlantean man destined to become the King of Atlantis. Prologue. The birth of a hybrid hero. The story begins in 1985, off the coast of Maine, where Thomas Curry, a humble lighthouse keeper, discovers an unconscious woman washed ashore during a storm. He takes her in, and soon learns that she is Atlanna, the Queen of Atlantis, a hidden underwater kingdom. Atlanna had escaped an arranged political marriage in Atlantis and sought refuge on land. Thomas and Atlanna fall in love and eventually have a son, Arthur Curry. However, Atlanna's enemies track her down. To protect her family, she returns to Atlantis, leaving Thomas and Arthur behind. Before leaving, she promises to return someday. Arthur grows up with his father, knowing he's different from other kids. He possesses superhuman strength, the ability to breathe underwater, and telepathic communication with sea life. As he grows older, Nudis Volko, an Atlantean advisor loyal to Atlanna, secretly trains Arthur in the ways of Atlantis, preparing him for his potential future role. The rise of a reluctant hero. Years later, Arthur becomes a strong, brave man who protects people in secret. After the events of Justice League, where he fought alongside other heroes, he returns to a quiet life near the sea. However, he is thrust into action again when a group of pirates attacks a Russian submarine. Arthur intervenes and saves the crew, but one pirate, David Kane, blames him for the death of his father. He vows revenge and later becomes Black Manta, a key antagonist. Meanwhile, in Atlantis, Arthur's half-brother, Orm, is rallying the underwater kingdoms, 7 in total, to declare war on the surface world for polluting the oceans. He intends to become the Ocean Master, ruler of all the seas. Orm forces the kingdom of Zebel to join his cause by manipulating natural disasters and diplomatic pressure. Call to adventure. Back on the surface, Princess Mera, the daughter of King Nereus of Zebel and Orm's betrothed, seeks out Arthur. She believes only Arthur, the rightful heir to Atlantis, can stop Orm's warmongering. Though reluctant, Arthur agrees after Atlantis sends a tsunami to the coast, nearly killing his father. Mera and Arthur embark on a journey to find the Trident of Atlan, a legendary artifact wielded by Atlantis' first king. Whoever possesses it is seen as the true king. They must prove Arthur's worth to wield it and unite the kingdoms under a peaceful ruler. The quest for the Trident. Their journey takes them first to the Sahara Desert, where they discover an ancient Atlantean outpost that reveals clues pointing them to the Hidden Sea, a mythical location in the Earth's core. Along the way, Arthur and Mera develop mutual respect and a growing romantic bond. However, Orm hires David Kane, now Black Manta, and equips him with Atlantean technology to kill Arthur. In a fierce battle in Sicily, Black Manta injures Arthur but fails to kill him. Arthur survives and gains more resolve to complete the mission. Eventually, Arthur and Mera dive into the Trench, a horrifying region of the ocean filled with monstrous sea creatures. There, they discover a wormhole that leads to the Hidden Sea. Inside, Arthur finds his mother, Atlanna, who has been stranded there for years, thought to be executed. She never returned because the portal is nearly impossible to escape without the Trident. Claiming the Trident. To earn the Trident, Arthur must confront and tame the Carathen, a giant ancient sea monster. At first, Carathen rejects him, but once Arthur demonstrates humility and courage, she recognizes him as worthy. Arthur retrieves the Trident of Atlan, which enhances his powers and symbolizes his rightful claim to the throne. With his new weapon and royal armor, Arthur returns to Atlantis riding the Carathen, commanding the loyalty of sea creatures. He interrupts the massive battle between Orm's forces and those resisting his rule. Final battle. Brother versus brother. Arthur challenges Orm to a traditional duel for the throne. The fight takes place on the surface atop a ship in the ocean. Though Orm is an experienced warrior, Arthur's newfound power and confidence give him the edge. He defeats Orm, but chooses to spare his life. Orm is taken into custody, and Arthur claims the throne as the true king of Atlantis. He vows to bring peace between the ocean and the surface world and lead with honor, uniting all people of the sea. Epilogue. Atlanta is reunited with Thomas Curry on the surface in a heartwarming scene, fulfilling her promise from decades earlier. Arthur narrates his here is